Welcome back to the morning show on WRCO. We're here to talk about the Brewer Public Library. And in studio, we have some guests here that will talk about the library and all it has to offer. We have program coordinator Rachel Wilson joining us as well. We have Stacy Pilla here as well. And we'll also talk to Karen Tepley and Sharon Zales as we recognize the great things the library does. Well, Stacy, we'll start with you. This is an exciting time, isn't it?
Yes, we'd like to let the community know about our 55th year anniversary open house, which is happening this Saturday, November 2nd. Library hours on Saturday are from 10 to 2. Some things that we have going on will be a free will donation chili lunch from 11 to 1. We'll have some live music with Monty Burger. Our book sale room will be open. We've got a great special happening in the book sale room. And you can also pick up a free copy of the book Borgia Rose, The Poisoning of Richland County. That's going to be the featured book for an upcoming community read, and that is by local author Katie Albaugh.
Mm-hmm. That's exciting stuff there. You got the local author, you've got the book available, and you've had community reads. They've been successful in the past, haven't they?
Absolutely, very successful. We're looking forward to the next one.
And that's all a part of the 55th. I can't remember. Of course, that's before your time, too. But the Brewer Public Library has pretty much always been here in my mind. I remember when it was dedicated. But it's a fact worth celebrating, isn't it?
Yes. 1969, the building opened. Dr. A. Keith Brewer was a native of Richland County and a nuclear physicist with the U.S. Navy. And he decided to donate the building to us 55 years ago.
And the building has had a lot of uses other than just being a library over the years, hasn't it?
Absolutely. We've got a lot of great programs going on, which Rachel can talk about. We have, not just books. We have public computers. You can print, fax, copy. You can reserve a meeting room. There's no cost to do that. All kinds of features.
And a history room upstairs, too, correct?
The history room upstairs, and that will be open for us on this Saturday as well.
Rachel, let's talk to you a little bit about, can you tell us a little bit about some of the programs offered at the Brewer Public Library?
We have regular storytime programming, and that will take place starting next week on the 6th, Wednesday afternoons at 2:30, and then Thursday mornings at 10:30. We do have regular storytime readers, Taylor Ann and myself, and then sometimes we offer some mystery readers that come in from the community. We have some fun Saturday programming. There's a kids craft cart coming up on November 16th, some holiday crafts in December, and then we also do a monthly Pokemon Club, and we just had one last night that was very successful. We have a silent book club. We have other special programming. We have a charcuterie board demonstration coming up next month, and that's with local chef Amber Sawyer. So lots of stuff going on at the library.
Lots of things for the youngsters, right?
Yeah.
Those
Yes.
story times.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fun stuff. And then you said a silent book. Could you talk about that?
Silent book club. It's kind of a book club that anybody can bring in whatever they're reading. They read on their own. There's no assigned reading. It's kind of just a quiet hour of reading whatever you like. And sometimes we talk about it at the end, but you're not required to share, or, there's no pressure, but a lot of fun.
Something you wanted to add, Stacy?
Coffee and treats at Silent Book Club, I would add.
Yeah.
But a great way to find out about library programming is the monthly newsletter that Rachel has created, library happenings, and a program calendar on the back. So you can sign up for that and have that delivered to your email.
And keep abreast of everything that's going on
Absolutely.
at the library. And you've had some really neat programs this year. I read them in Community Calendar, but you, Rachel, have had a lot of guests there on Saturdays and different things.
Yes, definitely. Our program numbers have been really, really jumping, and for instance, it kind of fluctuates a little bit. We had up to 30 for story time over the summer and this fall, and it's just really great to see the numbers climb.
During COVID, I know things were shut down and you were delivering books to the curb. Do you still offer that then if somebody needs a book?
We really haven't had to close our doors for probably a good solid year now, but we would certainly try to meet people where they are. We're happy to deliver those books, meet them at the curb, or even some home delivery might be possible. Just give us a call.
Okay. Aim to please. Karen Tepley is here as well. Karen, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Phil. I'm doing great. How are you?
Not bad. I'm guessing that you really appreciate the fact that you're library board president. Why did you do it? Why do you do this?
Well, when I started on city council, so I'm the city rep to the library board. So I've been on the library board for about 7 years, and library president for I think about two and a half, something like that. So I was appointed because I worked at the library on campus. So they thought it would be a good fit, and it was. I really enjoy over the years just seeing the improvements of the library and all, as you've just been saying, all the increase in programming, and we went through building just more of a reconfiguration. We moved the children's library from the basement up to the main level, and then nonfiction to the third level, so you had better staff management. Technology that has come on board. We will soon have an RFID tagging system ready for the public, which will allow patrons to come in and just check out everything for themselves. We have a very well-managed social media where you also hear about programming, and so keep in tune with that. So there's been a lot of things, and even the beautiful mural that's been done downstairs by the Rogers Create, as well as some landscaping that you'll see in the spring. So there's been many things that the library has had in recent times.
We're very fortunate to have this,
Yes.
and it's kind of unique to communities this size too, isn't it?
It is. Definitely. Like I said, you can travel around. I was recently in Platteville, and their library is relatively new. But I would say that, because it was so spacious, I don't know if it kind of, it's a great library. I'm not saying anything, but you have a little more closeness in our library, and just has a good feel to it.
And you've made improvements, as you mentioned, through the years.
Yes.
To make it up to date and everything.
Right. And we continue to do that. I probably remember several years ago, the Library Foundation had a building assessment done. So there was some talk about either adding on to our current library or even building a new one. But primarily that was done to see what our current building needs for to, like I said, keep up with code, ADA, and the like. So the library will continue to work throughout that program that was given to us to make sure that it stays up to date.
How do you see the future as you look down the road? Are there some things you'd like to see?
Sure. We have talked at several meetings about having the library accessible for like later in the evening programming. So what we would have to do is have an entrance that was separate from the library, so that maybe you would go into the lower level or something like that. That's been one thing that we've talked about. But mainly it's to increase the patrons' use of the library. So programming has been very forefront in everything we've done, and Rachel's done a great job.
No doubt. Sharon Zales is here as well. Sharon, I don't want to say, you probably remember when the Brewer Public Library opened. I got to be careful here. But
Be very careful.
But it certainly was a state-of-the-art building at that time, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. It was a great improvement over what used to be, because what used to be was so old. When I worked in what used to be, and we're not going there. But yes, Brewer Library, and I have to put a plug in for the staff, too. I found the staff to be very helpful at the Brewer Library. And one of the reasons that I decided to get involved with the Friends of the Library, I sent an email to somebody and they said, oh yes, please join us. So I've been doing this for less than a year, and I have to say how impressed I am by the programs they offer. There's a lot more offered than I was aware that there was, because I don't have little kids for that to know about that. So it's been eye-opening for me. And I also want to put a plug in while I'm babbling on here about the Borgia Rose, about the free book. It's a free book. You can stop by the front desk, I believe, and ask for it. It's an excellent book. If you know Richland Center, Richland County at all, you will be very impressed by this book. So, and then there's going to be a community read on that later, I believe. in February.
In February, right. Okay. Tell me about Friends of the Library. What you do, what's the main purpose?
Well, so far, you can get involved on very many different levels with the Friends of the Library. Right now, we're working on the chili and the things that go along with the chili for the open house. We're having, 4 or 5 different kinds of chili. There's going to be vegetarian, there's going to be gluten-free. Several options will be available. There's desserts, which strikes my heart well. This is just one of the programs that we do. And when I sit through a meeting and hear about all the things that are going on, and I'm like so impressed. If you really want to know about the Brewer Library, you have to get involved. And I do urge people to get involved because, again, there are many different levels that you could be involved at. Friends is one of the, I'm sorry, Stacy, entry-level positions that it's a good way to get to know what's going on. And that's why I joined.
Nothing like having a book in your hands, is there?
Oh, I have a Kindle, and I love reading on my Kindle because it gives you a really wide range of subjects, but there's nothing like an actual book in your hand. It's the feel of it, the smell of it, the fact that you don't have to swipe like right or left, you just turn a page. I really like books.
You talked about the community read with Bourgeois. That was really successful last year with Tailspin, wasn't it, Stacy?
It was. We had over 100 people participate in the author event. It was just a fantastic turnout. The lower level of the library was overflowing with people, so it was great to see.
And we've had the author in here before. It's loosely based on a story that happened in Richland Center, but there's also a lot of historical significance in there, isn't there?
Yes, Bourgeois, historical fiction, and I have yet to read it. I'm excited to read it, and I think it's just a fascinating story. I hope I don't confuse it with a real story. I have a tendency to do that when I read historical fiction, but it looks wonderful.
Tell us how the community read works then.
So you can stop by the library starting this Saturday to pick up your free copy of the novel, read the book, join us again for the author event, which is taking place in February. More information on that to come.
Okay. We'll take a break and come back with some final notes on the Brewer Public Library and their celebration of 55 years. We'll have that in just a moment. The Brewer Public Library is having a special event this very weekend on Saturday as well, celebrating 55 years. I'd be curious to know the number of books that have been checked out through those 55 years, Stacy.
I would as well. I can tell you we have about 40,000 books on our shelves in the library. It's an impressive number. We've got a big building, though, a good place to house them.
And all kinds of new books, old books, probably some that go back to the Carnegie Library days
Absolutely.
too, right?
Absolutely. You can find a few of those on the shelf as well.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about, again, some of the special programs. Rachel, maybe you'd like to talk a little bit about the Story Walk. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so the Story Walk, it's on the trail down at Crosscut Park for the Rotary Lights Trail, and that is something I wanted to add that the Friends of the Library helps fund every month to get a store to buy a book, to laminate the book, and to place the Story Walk out each month. And it's just something that kids or adults or anybody can read while they're out for a walk. And we currently have a Halloween story out right now. Creepy Pair of Underwear by Aaron Reynolds is out there currently. And I think a lot of families enjoyed that at the Trick or Treat Trail the other night. So.
Yeah, I know you guys were there the other night, and that was successful too.
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
Friday night. So, Hoopla, I made some notes on that. What is Hoopla?
It's an app that we offer that you can download. It's in addition to the Libby app, which a lot of our patrons are familiar with, where you can access ebooks and e-audiobooks. We also have Hoopla, which is a similar resource, but has the added advantage of movies and TV series. And the big one is no wait times for any of this. It's instantly available, and all you need is your library card to sign up for this option. And it is a unique feature to Brewer Public Library. I believe we're the only ones that offer this additional service amongst the libraries in our system, and our Friends of the Library make that possible for us.
Wonderful. So we still need the library card. right? That's
Yes.
always been the case at the Brewer Public Library.
Yes, you still need your library card.
Need
the
that
blue
need
card.
that card. So and what about the expired fees? You know, if I have a book from 1972 or something, how much?
Yes, well, I think we can forgive you. There is hope. We are now a fine-free library. Have
Fine-free.
been for a couple of years now. So if your book is coming back late, no problem. We can work it out. Just don't lose your book. That's the only time we have to talk.
Yeah, that's the big one right there. Karen, I think we wanted to talk too about the month of December, the Buy It book, but obviously you can do that any time of year, right?
Correct. So there will be an event for Buy a Book in December. I'm not sure of the date right now, but keep in touch with Facebook page and the newsletter, and you'll find that out. But what's unique about the Buy a Book program is that it runs every day that the library is open. So you no longer have to wait. We used to do special events throughout the year, like 2 or 3 times a year, but it's open all the time. So it's on the 3rd floor. So you just go up and you can browse through the book, and it's a free will offering. So that really is what helps fund the Friends for the Library.
Indeed, an important thing, isn't it?
Right, definitely.
And Sharon, Friends of the Library, how do you generate funds? How do you make some money so you can make some donations?
Well, through the different programs that we offer, through the Buy a Book, I don't know if that goes to Friends, but there are several different programs that happen that the money goes to the Friends, which then is dispersed. This not a for-profit thing. Whatever we have, we try to spend. I know that we have tote bags, for example, that are going to be for sale. Karen, if you want to.
Yeah, show it for our listeners.
Stacy, yeah. See that, guys?
That's really nice, though.
It is a new incarnation of our canvas tote bag with the Brewer Public Library logo on it, which is now actually the former logo, but the current logo of our Friends and Foundation is printed on the front for us. We had these printed up for us by Pioneer Print right here in Richland Center, and we'll be offering these as a special this Saturday for purchase. The cost is $15, and you can bring that bag into the book sale room and fill it up with books. We're calling that Buy a Bag, Fill a Bag, so take advantage of that.
The other great feature is the fact that if you don't have a book there, you work with other libraries, kind of a network to find it then?
Correct. There's almost nothing we can't get a hold of for you. If we don't have it in our building, we'll bring it in for you. If it's within our library system, it'll come in within just a couple days. If we have to search statewide to find it, we can do that too. It just takes a little bit longer.
Story time, you said, Rachel, starts again next week then?
Yes. Actually, we have a story time tomorrow with Miss Taylor Ann. She will be having a Day of the Dead story time theme, and that's going to be fun for the kiddos. And otherwise, next Wednesday at 2:30 in the afternoon, because it's early release for Richland School District, we want to kind of reach some of those older kids for some story times too. So.
I'm always impressed when you drive by it, the beauty of the library. Anybody remember, the architecture, what went into that? Sharon, do you remember where that came from?
For the Brewer Library? No, I was much too young.
You were young then? Okay. Have you read about it, though, in the history room?
I was much too young to go to the history room. No, I have not. I have to admit that I remember the Carnegie Library more than I do, because I was not in the area when the Brewer Library was built. I was up north, not to mention where, but it to me it still remains. I know the building is getting older, and I know there are things that have to be done, but it's very handicap accessible. It has an elevator, which I very much appreciate, and I'm sure you would too, Phil. And the staff, you talk about ordering books that are not in-house. The staff is so helpful with all that. So yeah, no, I don't mean to dodge your question. Yes, I do. No.
We appreciate all of you coming in here today. What are the hours again of the celebration on Saturday, Stacy?
We're open from 10 to 2 every Saturday, so those are our hours. If you're interested in the chili lunch, that's going on from 11 until 1 or until gone. And we'll have live music with Monty Burger that should be going on through most of the day, as well as cupcakes made by Lacey Banker locally. So stop in and join us.
Good stuff. Thanks for joining us today, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Stacy Pilla joins us, Rachel Wilson, Karen Tepley, and Sharon Zales on The Morning Show.